Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Let's wait 2 minutes and start. Okay, who wants to play Send Me Challenge? And after 1 minute we will start our chess game there. Hey sir, I was busy yesterday. Hello bro, no problem. There is no problem. Wanna play 15 plus 10? I don't know. Probably not. I would like to play some blitz games. Hello chat, hello. Hello everyone. That's my Twitch, and if you want more stream, please follow my Twitch chess lives. Also, I'm playing very much there. So I started one stream, but that shouldn't be one. Probably tomorrow will be another stream there. So if who has Twitch, you can follow. Okay, I'm waiting for challenges. Who wants to play? Well, let's start with Messi Cup 0. Really good, we have 3+2. Let's play Vienna Gambit. It's also playing really cool. I'm sending. Okay, after this video, I will play with you, okay? Your name is Bishop? Bishop, like P, yes? Or I'm not even... don't call it true. Queen e2 or bishop? Probably queen, just bishop brink and knight f3. Knight f3 castle. Rishabh. Yes. I need to say many times to remember that. But I was very close, you see. Okay, let's castle and c3. Just I can even bishop d3, knight g5 somehow. But we need to be sure that d4 will be protected. Because, if he takes, he will take with a check and then he can defend another pieces over there. But knight g5, just I will have attack on his position with so much, just h7 and f7 should be hang because I'm opening the rook and actually the bishop is open. So the knight can create very much threats, probably he missed that. Yes, you will remember we meet daily. Yes, I will. Okay, there's 2 pawns under attack and how can he protect? Okay, he isn't. Let's take with the rook or... Wait, if he attacks on my knight, just... Don't know, that's protected. Let's be sure he can't take the knight because the rook also I can't defend. What if I take rook takes and he will threaten the knight and... Okay, I can't take. Really clever move. I can't take that. That's a pin. But his pawn is gonna drop. Okay, let's bring the bishop. I like my position. down a figure, but you know, rook f7. If I go there, probably that should be game over for him. Let's see this. Or even rook f6, if he lets me go that. That should be really fine. Rook e2 in his turn can be. Rook e2 f6. Okay, he's playing great. Rook f8 is a move that he needs to play. But rook e7, I'm trying to do that. Probably another rook on d8 should be great move. But anyway, I'm trying to get that. What if I trade and h3? I think that's only one I can play. I watched Coach Ham video where he played 1500 on chess.com and he was able to draw the game. Maybe that's why I even sometimes in rapid. Yes, can be. Everything can be. Now we have this diagonal. I would like to open by bishop from e5, just rook h8, rook g7, some checks, and you know, I can even win this. Bishop e5 with check, king f8, knight h7 will be made. After bishop e5 check, king h8, you know, some open checks, his rook will be gone. Probably the only move will be rook sacrifice on e5 for him. Let's see this. Rishabh, prepare, next one I'm gonna play with you. Okay, if I were black, probably I would gonna sacrifice the rook because, you know, that's also dark squares and another, even also white squares are very good protected from me. Well, and that's... Oh, okay, I can't... That second try, that second time I got tricked there. Very bad. Okay, very bad. His rook just I can't take, which I missed. Really good pin. That's why I'm saying keep that bishop for the end games. Okay, Rishabh, send me challenge. Who wants to win me? Send me challenge. I lost so bad that. Just you know that plan was good. Okay, I come back. Where is free bishop? No bishop is hang, I believe. Okay, I force his knight back because, you know, knight c7 I will fork there, which I don't like. So bishop e7 and castle is also a6 because somehow if you kick the queen on from e5, he can also bring the knight one more time. Thanks for the game. Okay, I see bear. Next one, if you want to play, I can play next one with you. I'm playing like with turn, you know. Queen b6, also attack on b2, but I don't know. Probably queen b4 and even pressure this d4. We can try to do that, but you know, he will take the knight first and then the pawn on d4. But I don't think even he wants to take, because the knight is actually doing a great job on this center. Play against me, please. Okay, bro, find me on chess.com and send me challenge. Let's castle a3 isn't doing anything, but you know queen b4 how I said, which I could even try to go. Can't happen. If I take d4 should be a little bit weakness for him. Even after that, take queen b6, double attack on his pawns, and probably I'm gonna take one of them. But also knight a5. That will protect b2 and actually, you know, attack c5, and probably could even take c5 like that. But queen b1 is protecting the pawn on b2, but you know how I said on d4 there were really good attack. Okay, I can't do anything besides go back. I think b6, because if he takes the knight, this pawn on d4 he can take easily. So let's not let him do that. Takes, I can even take with the knight and the queen, but I think queen takes should be really good because bishop and knight should be under attack. He can defend that with bishop d2. The two pieces should be defended, but the knight on e5 is actually a threat. It was the last game. Which one was the last game? And bishop d2 is the move to defend this knight and bishop. I would like to bring my bishop on f6 somehow, because I think that should be very hard to defend actually the rook, because you know knight moves and rook will be gone, queen trades. Queen d2, what if c5 try to open this b file? Or even knight g4, I believe. How we can defend this f2? f2 is hanging, I'm trying actually some mate threats. Even my position is okay, and even f6 is free, so I can bring the bishop and attack on there. Okay, bring the queen on d1, and you know that shouldn't be mate after I will take f7, but he blunders mate in 1 like queen d1 he played. Okay, what happened there? Actually, he didn't need to bring queen on b1 because, yeah, he protected the pawn on b2, just, you know, queen b6, very much attack. But actually, you need to keep your central pawn more than some other side pawns. Okay, let's accept his rematch. Ate sooner, did you found me on chess.com? You can send friend request. I can send even challenge to you. But please send me blitz if you want to play. d6, everything can happen besides I'm gonna say knight f6. Because if I take that, it's very looks like Hello in Gambit, if you know that. Okay, queen h4 isn't the best move because g3 I'm trying to kick that, and that's actually happened. They needs to go back. How do we play against you? From my nickname, which is Athenian, let's write it. Find from chess.com my account and send me challenge. You will find from chess.com. Do you have chess.com account or not? If there is a problem, you can say your nickname, I will find you. Hello Polafash, how are you, bro? Knight f3. Okay, I'm happy to defend it this f4, just d3 went there. Okay, pawn takes, but if I take with a pawn I need to castle on queen side. I would have really great center when g3 takes f4. But I think I can take with a bishop, and you know my bishop is looks like a pawn. Thank you, bro. I'm good too. I can even bring the bishop on d2, just not now because I don't want to move my bishop second time. Knight d5 could be threat. Did you got your new microphone? I believe tomorrow will be that. If you can see my face, that means I have that. Probably tomorrow. Okay, let's castle, but you know he can take, but my king side will be destroyed. I mean queen side where I castled my king, but if queens will gonna trade, I don't think that should be bad for me, because I would have really much pressure on that center, even with double pawns. Let's see what he's gonna play. Probably queenside castle even can't be worse. Queenside castle, knight b5 probably. Yes, tomorrow or after 2 days. That's 99%. Just microphone can be there and didn't work. Just don't work. Everything can happen. Okay, what he did? Just rook g1 I can't. Bishop g2 takes. c3 pawn I will lose. So rook h3 is remain only move, and then not bad move, and rook f2 is coming to have this really great f-file. Rook f2 kick bishop break, or even g4 rook f2 can be moved. Just I'm trying to block his bishop with g4 and rook f2. Yes, that should happen like how I said, but he has only one move and that should be bishop h1, but you know, I believe bishop e2 will block that. Or even no, bishop e2, I will lose my rook on f3 actually. Well, he's still protected. If we trade the queen, I believe his bishop will be trapped there. Why he missed the queen? Well, bro, I accepted your friend request. Next one with you. He missed his queen, just I opened that and forced him to take. Just if he takes how I said in this position, I couldn't go. If bishop h1, how I can take that? Probably bishop e2 to also open this rook, but you know my rook on f2 should hang that and he would take with a queen. That's why I tried to trade the queens, but he chooses to lose that for no reason. Okay, now my queen is under attack. I can even trade with 2 pieces or not. I should be up 3 pieces against his rook. But you know his pieces are just placed very well. Queen where c4. Okay, even my rook is under attack. Okay, let's sack the queen. Because anyway I would gonna lose the rook there. Okay, 1 minute, I will come back. Okay, I come back. I'm gonna send you challenge. Attentioner? How it called? Probably you are from India, right? Okay, I sent you challenge. Can I play you? Okay, Bolafesh, send me challenge. Why is this lagging? Username Queen Killer. Yes, I sent you. Okay, Sicilian we can play. Take, bring the knight. Okay, now because I like the straight to have really good center, which now I have. Knight back, and even e5 can be moved anyway. But you know, d4 I am trying to fork his pieces. If he even takes, no, that can happen. He moved 2 times the bishop. That's a little bit losing tempo. But probably he did right. Pawn takes and b2 pawn will gonna drop, so I won't be down a pawn. Okay, one min. I can even take, I don't know, the pawn or d4. Pawn takes, he will take the queen. I can't take it back like king takes. I don't think that should be great because he could actually bring the rook so fast. d4, knight e2. I would like to go my bishop on g5, but f4 he will kick the bishop back. Also f4 is over defended here. Queen b6 to have this. c5, c4, c3 because d4 is well protected. c4 takes, he will be mate if... You know, if he takes the pawn on d4, we need to bring our rook to create this pin, otherwise we can't take it back. Why sacrifice this pawn? Okay, they don't need to sacrifice c4, what if g5? Takes, sack the bishop, and I should have a queen on a1, and how he can protect it? I think I will make a new queen if he takes the bishop from f6. Okay, another tactic. d3, or even bishop back. This pawn is hang, but rook d8, I will pin that. If even he can take with a queen because the bishop isn't protecting. But I have check. Can I check and take something from his position or not? What if I suck the queen? Okay, that shouldn't be reason. Queen c5. Now I can check, he's trying to protect it. But what if I check from a3? King b1 and that should be safe there. Okay, we can even try to attack on his rook, rook g1, that should be attack from my queen. Okay, let's trade the queen and we are gonna win the rook. Yes, he missed. Probably that was a little bit harsh. I don't know. Bishop e6 to pressure this, and I can push this pawn on a4. Just if not take, even e3 can be moved. f5 is weakened g5, so now I can take that. Now I can, but I think let's get this straight to not lose my also f7 pawn. Okay, he needs to calculate 2 or 3 moves and see his weakness. That's a problem. He's in trouble now, right? Okay, pawn push he can take, and f2 isn't protected from him. I would like to push there. f2, rook takes, and bishop c5. Next, me or match was left in middle. Yes, bro. Take the bishop, and you know I'm up a rook, I can trade everything. Rook d8 or rook e8 is coming. I think here. And rook back, if he don't want to trade anything. Which he's doing. Okay, let's attack on kingside pawns, and even we can try to create some passed pawns, because we don't need to work on his queenside. Bishop is protecting this pawns really well, and actually he has two passed pawns there. We can't make advantage there, you know. Let's pin this and force to trade. This rook can be a little bit even annoying, and I even missed there is no increment time. So we need to play how much as we can. Let's bring bishop. Okay, let's sack the rook first. Now it's very easy. He can't protect his pawns with his bishop. And also I took the rook from him. Okay, king is moving forward, but I would reach to make a new queen there. And if I take one of that pawns, I can even do some pre-moves there, like this. Okay, that should be made. Just we have only 4 seconds. Ah, okay, that weren't right. That should be at least draw. Why that's not happening? Okay, that's draw. Just I hadn't enough pieces there. How that could happen? I thought we have +2 in every move, that's why I was a little bit slower. That's how I need. Yes, you see, everything can happen. Just I could create three queens, but you know. Please send me Blitz game, okay? Polafash, what is your nickname? Please remind me about that, and I will accept your challenge next one. Because me and New E5's game was in the middle, I'm playing a new one with him. Also D5 I can trade and D6. Not a bad position. D5 bishop D6, his bishop is greater. I would like to trade. Fun playing you. Okay, bro, we played grid, and also you are very fast. Bishop D6 and knight C6, right? Bishop D7 to also have really great bishops, but they will work on that queen side. Ask 165, okay. I will accept your next one. We can trade, but you know this H file should be open and it's a little bit hard for me to play. Atesh sooner, okay, bro, after I will play with Polafash, next one with you, okay? We'll play Blitz and finish earlier. Yes, you are a bullet player. That's I saw you are playing really great. That's like bullet. And let's get this trades, and I can even take the bishop. What should I do else? If I go back, his bishop should be very good there. H file is open, but because queens are traded, there is, I don't think, no much attack there he can make. He takes, my pawns should be double, but f5 to defend all that white squares. Because, you know, bishop could somehow make advantage from h7. Okay, over protect. Knight c6, or even how can I bring the bishop in activity? Knight c6 and takes. Right b-file should be open and his pawns are double, which I believe should be a little bit hard for defend if he takes. If not, we can trade d5 should be a little bit weakness, but I don't know why is he blundering the pawn. Even I can take the knight, which is protecting b3, but you know, that's a free pawn. And a5 just I closed that diagonal for his bishop. He can't take h7, there is no threat. a5 I would like to go there and fix the knight. And even that's only move or not? Am I trap my knight? Okay, I don't know, let's take and then f5, right? Because if he takes with a bishop, that's the difference, we can bring our king on f7. That should be equal position. Rook takes, just we don't need to move our king. Because king h8, some open discover attacks, you know. We can even try to trade because I think my position is a little bit active than him. So b6 bring the bishop, which will hit this diagonal, or bishop d7. So no, actually that's not a problem. I believe a5 and bring the rook to also not blunder this turn from a7. Okay, rook c8 is coming, I believe. But let's not hang anything and fix our position. Rook bishop b7. Okay, now I can. He has a really good attack on that 7th rank. That's why I'm gonna play my rook on f7. Try to trade the rooks, and you know my knight is on g3 doing great job, so he can't go much forward. Okay, what if trade? Okay, I will try to trade the rooks because his rook will be dangerous there. Well, he don't want that, but let's use that idea, which he's moving some moves, just a little bit slow attack on my position. But actually succeed that, I believe. Let's go here, and if he takes check, king f2. I would like to mate from a1, but you know the knight is guarding. Okay, open attack, but I'm happy to see all my figures are on dark squares there. King h7 to also guard that. Rook so bishop can't move, for example. I don't know, c4 to cut that or something. I can even not to take the knight. Pawn to c2, how can he protect me from making a queen? Queen c2 he can't protect somehow, right? Okay, I'm gonna make a new queen, and that's for sure because he can't protect. Okay, let's trade, and you know, that's first queen. Just, you see, I didn't take the knight. Didn't take the knight, played c2 because, you know, Talia dog. Okay, nice idea from you. Probably you said a little bit earlier than I said, but very good move actually. Nice that you see that. 424 playing like 1000 plus. Probably is more for hacking. I don't know, he's playing really well, he's my follower. He's playing great, I believe. His rapid is very much higher than Blitz. I believe 800 something. That's why he's playing like this. But you know, that's, I won't say the best because he has some misses, that's for sure. But you know, this endgame was a little bit bad. Which we can't say about opening. I can't trick him with any opening. Okay, let's play Scandinavian defense. Also knight f6, queen takes. Everything can be. I would like to bring my queenside pieces and long castle. He's a little bit low rated and we can actually try to trick him somehow like this. Rook is doing great diagonal and on this d file doing great job, and somehow we can't push that pawn forward. Probably on d3, but you know d4 should be active. So also we will prevent from e5. But this pawn is gonna lose, I believe. d5 I don't need to panic because you know his queen is pinned. Next Segunation username. Okay bro, next one with you. Now need to rest my mind, will come again to know you. Okay, I will wait for that time. Bishop g7 is idea to attack on the pawn on d4, and if it's not just, you know, his knight should be under attack there. I will take a pawn from there, just I'm not sure am I need to do that because I don't need even to open this b file for his rook. But you know, opponents make these two pawns isolated, that's another one we need. We can actually create something like that. Why he misses his pawn with queen e2? Probably queen d2 and bring the rook should be fine. Okay, let's take and then with the rook. So I would like to bring the knight on f6, but let's not hang e7. That's equal position, but Sima rook on that 4th rank is doing great job. Okay, let's hang this. There is no problem about that. I would like to bring my rook back and attack on the bishop. Probably I could take, but I missed that my knight is hang. Can we trick him? Also, he can't go e6, which we are protecting with 2 pieces. And actually the knight is protected and b2 is under attack, and then the knight should be under attack. But I believe I would have enough time to bring the rook back and take the bishop from f7. Just that should be a trap. He can get out from this like queen e3, because if I were red, probably I can even sacrifice this pawn on b2 to bring the rooks. Bro, I was almost winning against you, damn, that was closest I came against you in blitz. Okay, can happen, but you know, some endgame tactic you need to learn. Okay, bishop should be under attack, and he can't bring his queen some other way to protect the bishop. Okay, how I said, you all need to try to calculate 3 or 4 moves, because just how much I did that. Queen b6, okay, just 2 moves, and if we count your move queen e7, just he needed to calculate 3 or 4 moves for that, to find that idea that bishop losing. Okay. If anyone wants to play, send me. Segunation chess, I believe you wanted to play. Good game, man, you rush and miss your winning. Okay. Bro, I'm waiting for your challenge. Segunation chess. Well, we have 2100. Did I played with you or not? Only blitz today. Okay, I didn't play with him. Let's play Van Gambit and say, can he get out from this or not? That's not easy. And I believe you need to know that's how counter against Van Gambit to play that right first time. Yes, now I know. But you are very low follower. I don't believe we are playing first one. Oh, hello, Seth makes videos. How are you, bro? There is, I believe, no difference which pawn I will take, but you know, knight actually can take there. Let's protect, and bishop can take f4. So e5, I will kick the knight and actually open this diagonal. From h7 I would attack there. Okay, this pawn is gonna hang. Knight back, knight takes, queen h5, knight back on e4. He will be up a pawn there, right? Okay, I don't know what should we play. Probably c4 because he can't take, his knight should be lost. But the idea is queen h5 to attack on h7. That's a little bit weak because the knight isn't guarding that. And f6 is protected. Just g6 should be only move to defend, but you know bishop h6 you would have really great dark square weaknesses there. So let's see. f5, just f5 will be a crazy good move. I don't know he missed or not, or even he found that this move is great. We will take with the opponent, we will be happy, because rook g1 and bishop h6 is great. He has a dark square bishop, which I like to see. I'll test sooner. Okay bro, next one with you. I'm kicking the knight with all my powers, and is that trap? Knight c3 only move. Okay, why is he sacrificing this? Okay, let's take and bishop take and queen h5, right? Just how I said, g6 even at this time rook g1. Because he can't take and I would have enough time to bring my bishop. I don't believe there is another way he can protect h7. Bishop even on g5 and then f6. The difference that I can bring my queen on h6 and mate from g7. I can't take f6 or h6. Okay, g5, sorry. g5 to bring the bishop. Okay, that's with a check. Queen h4, rook e2, queen f2 mate. Where? Ah, you probably sank in this position. Queen h5, king e2. Okay, how will you notice that? Really great tactic we two of us missed. Our queen is under attack, that's why we need to bring the bishop back, because the bishop closed the rook way. Can I sacrifice this or not? I can make a draw if I want. Probably if not queen e7. Okay, now I can't. That should be at least draw if I sack the rook. Just I can keep checking from h6 and then g6. But even bishop h6. I don't know, I can go back. But I could even try to win this, why not? Takes, and from h7 mate I am trying to do. Queen f7, we can check. Well, he's sacrificing that, and we have same pieces, just knight against bishop, which I'm happy to send. I'm up one pawn. My king side is a little bit destroyed, but I believe I can still protect. King h7 or king g8, no problem. Bishop h6. He can check, right? And because he can check, that can be even tricky somehow. Bishop h6 here. Just I don't know. Okay, we can castle and be mate in one. Or from e2. Our time is so low here. King f8 will lose immediately, I believe. Okay, because we don't need to lose on time, let's keep checking. Okay, I didn't thought he would do that, but he did. Okay. He's gonna win on time. We could actually keep checking and make at least draw, I believe. Okay, what happening there? Ha, very pity. Just rook b4. Rook b4, I will take the queen from his position. Let's play a rematch with him and at as soon as next one with you, okay? For sure, next one with you. Okay, we are very close to win that, you see? Just time pressure. I think we needed to play 3+2. No problem, we played great. Who is accepting that? Also knight b6, knight c6 could be moved just. I am trying to bring my pawn on c6 to overprotect d5 and bring the bishop at where? e6. Knight c4 he can kick. Just I believe if I go h6 he will sacrifice the bishop over g5 to open this h file. Okay, we can go h6 ourselves because if I don't go there he will go. Some position should be lost. Positional advantage. h6, g6, there's g7 should be very bad square. Just if not, if I take that should be more worse. Okay, if I take bishop take, my position should be bad, which that's why I'm trying to bring the knight back, or even if he takes, we will take the bishop to double his pawns. But if knight takes, bishop takes, he can also go knight back. But what if we take the knight? Okay, I think he's gonna lose a pawn from here. No, I'm late. Okay, we will play again about 1 hour. You are not late, bro. If I take... I don't know, that's very well protected. I don't know why I sacrificed this pawn and his king's still in the middle. So he didn't need to open this center, probably. Bishop g4. Bishop g4, f3. Queen g3, right? He can't castle if he plays f3. Okay, he's seeing that ideas. h3 just somehow bishop. From h3 can actually be good there. Didn't you recognize me? I recognized you, bro, why not? I'm saying, okay, there is, no matter when you can, we have about 1 hour. You can play if you want. Kenan, that's your name, right? Queen h4 and, from h2 will be mate. How can he protect h2 square? Okay, the knight was under attack because the bishop was protecting and he cut off from that knight. That's why queen h4 and queen h2 to actually threaten mate there. If I attack on the queen, I don't know, check here, check king e2, take the pawn on g2. He can bring safety there, his king, or even, what if check from f2, king h1, and queen back on g3, right? We can try to trick him. Just I'm trying mate from h2, and actually the knight on just f2. Just I will take the queen. I believe king g1 should barely move and we can't mate there, so I'm trying to take this pawn on g2. Force his king to go back. Okay, how I say it. That was the only move for him, right? That's why you don't need to push this pawn on. I don't know, h5, and it's because his position is just one rook is protecting king side. All his pieces are on queen side. He didn't need actually to do this tactic there. Takes, we will leave the bishop but open rook. Yes, let's sacrifice the bishop and rook d8 I believe will be made. Second rank is protected very well from the rook. How can it protect? I believe he can't. Okay, really great game played. Okay, I believe that should be all. We went checkmate. Really good game, GG. Okay, which one I'm gonna play? Sorry about the game, my mom called me to do something. No problem. Good game, I lost big. You played really good, bro. Thank you for the games. I didn't play so much time with high follower than you. I didn't know even you are playing so good. How you didn't see about that? Okay, it was crazy good, just some activity that I had a little bit. Okay, if anyone wants to play, send me, and if it's not now, I will play new one. Kenan, do you want to play? Okay, why is there is saying that I sent challenge and now I can't send? Who said about that? Okay, what's happening? I'm gonna play 3 plus tau. More, if you want. Yes, we can play if you want, just I'm waiting for challenges, but still not. Okay, I started this game. I want. Okay, Kenan, next one with you. d5 or even c5 like Sicilian defense. Already a really huge attack on my position, just d5 he would try to take the bishop. Why they are playing so aggressive? Just who plays against me a little bit defensive, he's gonna regret for that, but he's very aggressive. I believe he will win me. Okay, he lost the pawn. Just I could even take with the knight, or I got trick. Okay, what should I play? That was very tricky. Rook here, check, and mate. How that could happen? Hey bro, what about me? Ah, you wanted to play, sorry. You are waiting so long time, next one with you, that means. How are you playing so good? Am I? I missed a tactic, but that wasn't easy to see. He sacrificed 2 pieces against that, and now if I check and fork him, just knight f6 check, I can't take here, check, and mate from h7. He's playing really good actually. Even knight f6 can happen because rook take, he will take with a pawn, which I didn't see. Okay, and that's even with a check. Now I can take, and his rook should be under attack. What if g6 check back? You are playing so good. Okay, thank you. I don't think so good, but just I'm playing very much rapid games. Not now, but I played. And some rules that you need to know. Okay, that's pinned, and somehow we can't defend. King f7 because from f8, and somehow his knight can't escape. Queen h5, I have g6, and his queen will be under attack. The knight on h7, and actually I can fork the rook. Really great idea from me. The knight is under attack, we don't need to trade. And we are gonna have 3 pieces against the queen. Very good position. I like my position. Okay, if I reach to bring all my pieces activity, probably that should be even better my position than him. Because he played that opening very well, but in this middle game he's blundering something. Okay, the pawn, then the knight from h7. I can't even play like that. I don't know, probably you need to play a little bit more rapid games, I believe. c5, I'm losing a pawn, but Knight back and from c2. The knight is under attack, the pawn was defended, now it's not. Knight c2, okay, he missed it. Why is he missing so much? He played just a crazy opening, but in this game now I'm up. And rook takes, another fork in his position. Really good, just I'm gonna have 2 rooks and the bishop against the queen. We should be winning. Well, he resigned. Very crazy game. Okay, I'm waiting for challenge at his sooner. Send challenge with me and then next one with Brilliantor, okay? Según I will play after I will finish with them, right? Let's see if they gonna send challenge or not. Just see what he played. He sacrificed the pawn on c4, sacrificed the bishop, and then, knight h7, that was unstoppable mate from h7, how I could protect. I believe that queen sacrifice should be only idea there. And then I was trying to bring the knight because I saw that c2 and c3 were weakness there. And, I took the knight. Okay, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Okay, here, and we need to play fast because he's actually fast player. If we play a little bit slow, he will take my soul, like what I'm just saying. Bring the knight, bishop d2 I would play to actually not blunder this pawns. Just 2 double and 1 isolated pawns isn't a great choice in the endgame, which probably we can reach. The pawn was hang, but g7 could be hang, and queen b6 because pawn takes, and I will mate from f2. That's why I'm gonna say g7 he can't take, and I wouldn't lose a pawn there. I would like to go a5 and then bishop a6, just because I'm adding more defender on there. And I'm trying to take e4. Just I believe queen to d2 I can't take this pawn. Because from d7 he could actually mate. That's a little bit, will be aggressive if I castle on that king side. Because f5 should be great, and actually the bishop on f6 doing great job. Okay, let's go there, and now my queen side is active. Even king c7, rook back to b8 can be work, or knight b4. Just takes open a file, and his pieces aren't doing a great job on that queen side actually. That's why I castled queen side, not king side, because some pawns and actually they are way much forward. I am setting up position. Think I am boring you, right? No, you aren't. Sure, you aren't. That's somehow playing crazy games. I like that. Okay, what can we play? Probably it's trying to double the rooks, but my plan was to bring the rook on b8. But we need to defend that because somehow we can't push that pawn on d5, which I would like to do that. To be sure he can't attack on d5. But because that can't happen, I would like to trade there and open d6 so that weren't defended. And then d5, right? Now d5, e6 will be lost. But actually my queen is under attack. What if check forced the rook back, because somehow king d2 should be another move he could play, which is blundering f4 and then h2 is hang. Queen back can't work, king b1 I will say only move. But our pawn on a5 is hang. But if he takes, his rook on e5 will be hang. Hope you get 500 subscribers soon. Yes, if every viewer here follow my channel, I can even get now, I believe. Okay, but I think they will unsubscribe from this. How the queen was defending. I thought his queen is going so far. Okay, very bad, but still we can play, I believe. Rook 7th rank also defend these pawns. Okay, I don't know what is it rank. How can I bring the rook? Probably on 2nd rank or on this b file. He's keep checking, but he's up a queen. I will say he needs to probably try to make another queen. I would like to do that as white. Why I'm losing so bad? Well, he's trying to take the pawns, but actually I'm having enough time to bring the rooks into the game. b2 is under attack and the queen is under attack. Queen is protecting and even we don't need to trade that. Queen c3, I believe. Yes, very good protection actually from us. But you know, that's, I will say only move on is queen c3 to defend that. We can even try to be fast. Somehow if we have 1% chance to use that. Is this mate? Okay, he made it. Okay, I'm waiting your challenges. I didn't play bad, but you know, one move that I don't want even to see that. Yes, that was a really good idea, and you know, probably rook b3 somehow or bring the queen can be really great on that b file. So I would like to trade the queens first, but actually he brings the rooks very well. f6 is a move because I know rook d4 idea to bring the rook on d1 to attack my pawn on d7, and somehow that should be a little bit hard for defend and very easy if I go d5, because you know that should be defended with different pawns there. Okay, I didn't get any challenge. Let's play new one until you will be ready for that. Probably King's Indian we can play. d6, knight d7 and then e5, right? e5, d5, c6. If takes, okay, pawn takes. Or I'm blending a pawn like that or not. Okay, queen c7 to also fix this c6. Knight bring because bishop h6 if he wants to play. We can castle and defend the bishop because we don't need to help him to bring the queen on h6 after bishop's take. b5. Just c6 I can take with a pawn like that. I can't go even c5 and then b5. But am I need that or not? I think we can overprotect. Takes. Okay, if I push that pawns forward, try to open the center, bring another bishop and move the knight, bring another bishop, should be great. That's why I brought the rook to protect b5. Now we can trade, but you know his position will be a little bit worse or not, because queen d6 even can happen, but he's trading his 2 pieces with my rook. But let's don't forget that his knight on e2 should be hang if he takes the pawn, which probably he saw a little bit late. Okay, queen back and bishop a6 to bring activity, because we haven't any attack in my position yet, and that's why we don't need even to play so fast and aggressive. But if he doubles the rook, that means that's time to castle, bring my king safety. Just my center, and actually my king side is very well protected. And he isn't even up a pawn, but his queen side pawns are doing a great job. So we need to bring our pieces as up. Queen a8, bring the bishop and the rook, right? Okay, that pawn was almost gone. Not a problem about that. The knight is protecting the knight, which is protecting the pawn. I need to keep that position how much I can. a6, can I sacrifice the bishop or the knight? Probably the knight. But not a6. Okay, now I can't. I was trying to open this and g2 should be under attack. I would force his pieces to go on kingside to defend that, and he hasn't enough attack there. Why he hangs the pawn? He can take my bishop on c8. Queen takes, he would make a... Okay, don't worry about that. Everyone can lose. If I take this Sims free pawn, he will take the bishop and then probably make a new queen or not. Or even rook b1 can be moved. Rook b1, if he takes, I will take and or not. Or I need to take the rook on c8 first. Okay, what is happening there? What happened? Oh my god. What I did here. I can't even see it a little bit bigger. I did something and that's happened. I think that should be okay now. Please don't be small. Okay. If we check sack the rook and at the time we can take the rook on c8. But what if I take the rook c8 right away? I think you are cooked. Can we? Let's try to keep this position with sacrifice the rook on b1. If he takes, just his queen will be gone. Because I'm with a check. King f2, I will sack the knight. The bad thing that I can't bring my queen somehow. I would like to do that. Okay, see that 2 pawns just... Our pawns was equivalent actually our figures. But you know he had to pass pawn in that middle game, which leads to him to have this position. Even with the rook back. Just 2 queen advantage. That's not easy to beat him. I even sacked the knight for no reason. He can even sack the queen and rook a8. Opponent sacrifice. Yes, he sacrificed very well and I sacrificed the game. GG. Well, let's play another one. If anyone wants to play or not, I'm waiting so much, but I believe there is no challenge. Well, let's show you a Le Pen gambit there. Take and the idea is if you are pushing your pawn on c3 to bring d4 and trade here to have good center and let your knight to bring to jump on that c3. So even take, I would be happy if that. I can even try to force him that. What about me? I waited you and you didn't send me challenge. That was the reason I started new one. Before this, okay? But if you want, I will wait how much you want. I think you created that position that you said. If he takes, can't be problem. Bishop c4 and queen f3. Queen f3, e5 if he don't castle. Okay, because f7 should be under attack. I'm gonna take the knight, and if it's not bishop e7 to kick the rook from here, and f7 should be under attack. Even queen d8, e5. I don't think that's a great move that he needed to play here, just he needs to move the knight, if not his bishop should be hang on g5. But e4 should be under attack. If I take the bishop, queen f2 check. I don't know. I need to guard that f2 and d4. Because you know that's pinned, I can't take it back. Even if I take rook e8. Or even another rook, why not? I don't know. Rook e8, bishop e7. Yes, that should be the idea. Bishop e7 to not get that. Yes, he can take the bishop, but we are remembering that he sacrificed the figure for that, and we are not so bad. Just let's try keep playing this a little bit. Okay, he's wanting. He wants some trades. Let's not let him do that. Then bishop d3. He played great. Just I don't know how I tricked. He tricked me. Sorry. Bishop back, rook d8, bishop c2 probably. We can try to keep that position that's not completely winning or losing for me or for him. Just his pieces are great. b3 takes... Okay, I can't even take with f-pawn breach. I would like to open that rook here. I will wait, but stream is late. That's why I can't send you challenge in right moment. Okay, I will send. Next game I will send. Can I play with Brilliantor and then with you? Okay, I believe he's waiting so much time. f3, g3 should be hang. Okay, let's bring the rook on e3 or even e5. Just I'm trying to attack on his king side somehow. Even 7th rank, why not? My lovely 7th rank. Yes, he's trying already to mate there. Yes, he's trying to trap my rook, but g2 is a little bit weak. He could even try to mate from there and... Okay. Okay. Because I was losing, just I didn't see any piece that will lead to me to lose that position. Anyway. Okay, Kenan, I'll send you challenge. What? Okay, anyway, I have really great protection there. I think he's gonna trap my queen or not. I have an attack on the rook and the bishop. Yes, probably I didn't need to trade. Crazy game, but he's up 30 points material. Well, let's fork his bishops. Oh, I missed it. Okay. My queen will be trapped if he takes... But anyway, we could even play c5 and then... This even like that our queen is trapped. Okay, I don't think I will lose. Probably I needed to keep this position alive. Because you know they are bishops, they needed that some open squares there, which he's getting. b5, he's up 13 points, 35 points material, but even somehow I can't even move my pawns forward. If I'm moving one pawn, I'm plundering one pawn or probably figure there. Very crazy one. f5, h6 was hang. Okay, let's push that pawns with each other. If I take the bishop, I will get mate, yes? That's why I'm not taking. Let's go c5 because his bishop is cut off from the bishop on e3. So I took the bishop. Probably I can trick him and take another one on from e7. And we need, I believe, to open this queen side or not. Okay, that's our protected with how many? 1, 2, 3 pieces. That's enough. Probably could even take the knight that was hang. And b5, c4. Okay, how many bishops there? Can you mate bishop c2? Okay, really great. I can't say anything. GG, bro. Rishabh, are you sending a challenge? Okay, we have challenge. I will try to play this Najdorf Sicilian. Okay, even now I can play like that. Take c5, even e6, just to take it back. Let's take queen takes, or even knight f3 can be moved, because I believe that pawn will gonna lose anyway. That's a little bit looks like Scandinavian defense as white pieces. I think this was a bit unfair. Yes, a little bit. In that opening you were up 25 points material. Okay, bro, I will wait for that. Bishop c5 to hit this. Then d5. Okay, d5, I will win these trades. I would like to go queen b6, but knight a4 just will trade this. Okay, isn't the best way to trade the bishops. Because e3 is a very weakened, this weakness, even f2. So I can even go knight g4, but I went queen b6 first, because somehow knight g4 he could kick and force me to go back. But now he can't go h3, that's the difference. His pawn on e3 is hang. I can even take with a queen to f, and we can even go really crazy endgame where I should be up opponent. His position, he has a central pawn in that's isolated completely. Then c4 is hang. If I take b2 should be hang, very much weakness in his position. That's why you don't need to bring your bishop on e3 even when you are trying to trade that. c4 is hang p3. Happy it was unfair. Yes, I can say that. We can check and take the knight or not. Knight back, we can't queen c3, we can trade the knights, just my knight on e3 should be hang, don't forget about that. Okay, chooses knight back, but he's just losing a move. Okay, I forgot his knight is defending d4, but queen takes, I will trap his queen. He's losing another pawn. a3 is a move. a3, queen b6 and knight e3 probably. No, somehow knight c2 will be a threat, and somehow he can't bring the queen another way to keep protect his c2, because there is no much moves remain for his castle. Just he can't castle after even bishop g2, because that dark square weakness he has. d5, d4. Okay, let's go d5. We are sacrificing this pawn, but actually because he's king in the middle, I'm trying to open the rook, and after some moves probably can be even worse his position than this. I am bad at this. Okay, we will see what position you created. f5 I can go, but e5 should be great to just close that position. When your king is trying to close that position, not open. e5 and bring the bishop even seems better, because we have a really good square d4. Knight takes, even take with a pawn to pressure e4. Here everything can be, but bring the bishop to protect these really good squares, and actually the rooks are connected, so we can double and so on. Okay, queen e3, what I was trying to do. Queen where? d8 and then f5. Yes, probably can defend the knight or escape, but f5 he can't take. The knight should be hang. So we will take by ourselves, and another file will be open for our rook, which we are trying to do. Okay, it's protecting, and then f5. He can't take. If you not take, how I said, e4 will be loose. And then because this diagonal should be open. Okay, he took that pawn. You can take even e4. But that's not about pawns, that's pawn actually disturbing me from getting these diagonals. Queen e4 will be, I think, only move because these two knights are under attack, or that even should be. That's open check. But you know these knights are under attack. This rook is gone, nothing. Which knight I need to take? Because knight on e8 will gonna lose anyway. Let's take this knight, but how? Pawn takes, I will lose the bishop. Rook takes, I don't want to trade, and you know that should be trade with the rook and 2 pieces. Just he's losing 2 pieces, which I will say a little bit bad for him. Okay, this knight is gonna lose anyway, and he's sacrificing the rook. If rook takes, e4 pawn will be lost. And this knight, we need to be sure, is still ours. Okay, and even after knight, I will take the knight, I can even push that central pawn. And if even not try to make a new queen, try to pressure his side. Okay, knight here, but his time is actually very low. There is +2 or not? Anyway, he lost on time. Okay, great, let's accept his rematch. Really great game was. We can play a Catalan defense here, very aggressive opening actually. G3 or even knight f3, and then, because we are having really great centers there. That's a little bit passive opening as white, but the idea is to open this diagonal for your bishop. That's why he's afraid to take this free pawn on c4, but actually he's doing right. Because if takes and fix that pawn, for example with b5, no, this c6 will be hang if b5. That diagonally will be open, that should be really good working actually in that endgames. Takes, pawn takes. Let's bring the knight on e5, because after this trade his knight will jump somehow. For example on h5, d7 doesn't matter, and I would have really good attack on that d5. So my bishop, my knight, my pawn, everything will be attacked there. Okay, a really great position, but if he takes, I believe e5 should be weakness for me. Because how my bishop will take d5, his bishop will take on e5, why not? Queen b3 to pressure the d5 more, or queen c2 to have actually this really good white squares diagonal. Okay, what I need to play, and even e4. Bring the rook or f4 even can be happen, because you know his queen side isn't more active. For example, to bring the queen, and you know he can't do anything from his queen side. He needs to bring his king side forward. I can even take the knight. Yes, queen takes, knight takes doesn't matter, because if I let my knight on e5, he will take the pawn on e5, and that should be a trade, but I'm trying to clearly take this pawn on d5. That was the idea. Even, you know, knight takes and even not bishop take, d5 should be pressured. So I'm not sure I could take this pawn or not. But you know, the idea is to open this diagonal. That's not only about the pawn. Knight takes, bishop takes. You know, probably knight takes. Queen c2 or queen b3, because c2, c7 will be free square for my knight. c2 bishop where? d2? Okay, that's still defended if he tries somehow to pressure the knight on e6. from e6. Knight back d4 will be loose. He can take a pawn like that, so if he even misses that idea, I will go e3. But why he misses this fork even pawn on e7? Yes, he's playing rapid very well, but some endgame, some blitz, some time pressure, and that's enough. And even if I take the rook, probably now he can't take it back. That's why I'm happy to see, but okay, no, why you did that. Okay, queen miss and rook miss. Okay, no problem. I'm waiting for another challenge. Who wants to play? Well, let's start another one. Please send me challenge. I thought you were gonna send me if you want, that's why I didn't ask you. Okay, next one I will send. Not good today, I quit. Goodbye, bro. Be good. Tomorrow, be good that I'm going to make a new stream. Well, bishop back, but if he tries to kick the knight, knight e6. You know that's called Martian Gambit. Takes knight h5 and, the queen and bishop can jump. Bishop f7. If not, queen h5. He needs to guard at h5. Bishop a7. What if I take and bring the queen? I think g6 will protect his position. His king can't castle, but I sacrificed the knight for this. I need to be very careful. For example, bishop f7, if he plays bishop a2 and then bring the bishop on h5. Because, these escaping squares are closed for his king. He can bring one square from d8 and king to d8 somehow, but I can't somehow check and second knight on chess. Why I need to, sorry. What's the problem? I can't understand. No, because when I watch stream, the signal is bad. That's why when you enter a game is stream in reality, you are started another game. Really? Okay, my opponent played clever and, my knight is gonna drop, but I played more clever because bishop h5, I will take the queen from here with pin. Keep practicing, you will win. Ah, okay. Thank you, bro, very much. Like, see, I am about to win this. He thought that he needs some simple position, that's why he sacrificed the bishop on g6 to take the knight with a check, but knight takes bishop h5, he will lose his queen there. Okay, my rook is under attack, but this knight isn't hang one more time. So he's up only pawn, but his two pawns aren't doing anything. There's just closing from bishop activity. This bishop can't activate. e7 is closed and g7 I'm closing. Can we bring the knight back? Even take the bishop should be fine, he can't castle. He needs to castle on queenside as soon as possible, but I think because bishop h5 was coming, okay, the knight is defending. But I believe we can do that anyway. To prevent him from castle. But after the check, what if queen e4? Okay. Now he can't castle. Knight check. Bishop f3 to kick the queen back. Also from e4 and some moves that he can check, which I don't like. I don't need to let him that check. e6 is very dropping there. If he takes the bishop, probably I need to take the pawn on e6. Can I mate him like that? I think I can, because my dark square bishop will join that. Well, he's trying to protect c4. c4 I will kick the queen from there, but queen e4 actually can happen. Okay, let's go bishop back. So I think that's working. Kick for his queen, and if I take e6, king c7, bishop check, king b6. That should be winning after some moves. That is not clear so much, but anyway. Milazim, Dragusha, hello bro. Do you want to play? Okay, we can bring the bishop. Just if he takes d4, I will be much happier. I will bring the rook. Yes, I will lose the bishop at d8 check, and you know, if my rook reach on that d file, I don't think there can be some issue for him. Yes, that's under attack, and from g3, that's even protecting very much squares there, which I would like to have, and now I have. This pawn structure is very bad, and somehow I can't bring the bishop. That's bishop on f8 is doing nothing. But see my dark square bishop. I'm proud of him. I can even just can be annoying to kick the rook back from h8, and it's absolutely doing nothing from him. Okay, but now this can be rook back, knight f7. I will take the rook, and he won't lose exchange. He will lose the rook, a full rook. No, he can't take it back because he's closed position. Great, that's with a check. But actually, where can he jump his rook? Probably g7. g8, sorry, but bishop h7. I will trap that anyway. I could go even c3, but you know, I'm not sure. He could sacrifice the knight, open the position. Let's not take a risk there, because anyway I'm gonna take the rook and finish this game with being up a rook. We have +2 in every move, and I will say he can still play this. Can I take? Let's take and then the rook, because the rook is already mine. We don't have to sacrifice the pawn on d4. That's, you know, central pawn. We need to keep that. Rook d1, also king c7. King c1, sorry. There is no reason see my king on that d2. Yes, probably if we trade one of the knights, we could bring the king in the middle. That's really good idea when you are bringing your king in the middle in that endgame. But even not now, because we had very much pieces there, and you know, he missed that knight with... Okay. Knight from f7, opening the rook. Opening the bishop there. That was the idea. The Jazz World Champion. Hello bro, how are you? Well, c5. If he takes c6, I believe we will take it back. Okay, another good move. Let's play d6, because e6 he could push that pawn forward, and these squares will be overprotected from him, and that should be a little bit hard for defense. Can I resign right now? Okay, very bad that was. Well, let's play a rematch. Just I missed it. Let's play Valhalla Gambit, because I like when he takes this pawn on f4. Okay, knight f6 is a very good mistake. We are playing like hello in Gambit, but I didn't sacrifice the knight. Okay, it takes and give me that really good pawn structure. Fastest game. Yes, I know. Okay, Kenan, next one with you. I think that should be another fastest game there. f7 is hang, and somehow can't protect, because actually the knight is hang too. Is he protecting or not? I can pin and play g4. You know, I can sacrifice. I will say that's sacrifice, not just trade. I am not sure. Probably g4 right now. g4 he will take. If he takes that pawn on d6 he can protect f7 with the knight actually. Let's trade our two pieces with the rook. Don't do this when you haven't planned. Just I have a plan g4 and take this knight because that's pinned. But if didn't happen, I didn't do that because two pieces are the best if we compare with the rook, you know? The knight is pinned and I will be up exchange there. He can't get out from here, we'll take with the pawn bishop protecting. And then queen h5, queen g4. No, the other knight should be under attack and probably he shouldn't have enough fast to bring his pieces out there. On queen side that isn't doing anything. And even I'm checking and trying to take h7, he blundered that. But you know, if I trade, it should be up a figure, and you know, up a figure is the best than up exchange. Okay, why are you bringing your king is so close there? Okay, we are up even bunch of pawns. 2100 vs 1500. Yes, really. Up 600 points, but you know I'm 2200 as my rapid. And I need to keep my pawn alive. For example, bishop f4. Queen h4 missed. Queen h4. Really? Ah, okay, the knight was pinned, he couldn't take. You are right. Yes, I saw that position. Queen h4 hangs the queen. Okay, a really cool idea there was. Which we missed. Okay, if he takes, I will take the knight with a check from e5. Sri Krishman, hello bro. Knight takes, just I'm trying from him, trying to trap his knight like that. And even king g7 isn't doing anything, just the idea was to push these pawns forward, which I'm doing, right? And even I can sack the rook, knight takes, and I would have two passed pawn. Even now I have, but his bishop is very annoying for me. Probably I can even sacrifice the rook on f5 because now I'm trying to bring another rook on e7. Check and take the bishop. If he takes with a bishop, we can check. Okay, get out from that check. Good idea, why not? Let's sacrifice the rook and bring another rook on e7 because that was protected. e7, bishop takes. Okay, I have now two passed pawns and I believe he can't do anything about this. Yes, we traded. But I'm gonna make a new queen anyway with a check. Okay, let's get this straight. If you don't want to resign. Well, resign. Thank you for that. Thank you for games. GG's, thank you. Kenan, I'm waiting for your challenge. What do you have there? I will write big as ba. Yes? Okay, Kenan, where are you? Send me challenge. Queen h4 is missed there, you see? Queen h4. The knight can't take. And the queen on d8 will be under attack, he will lose that. So I could even win. What is this? Can anyone explain what should I play? Oh, that's his move. What is this? Okay. Let's play new game until he will see what he's doing. Okay, c5. Let's play Knight Star Sicilian here. I didn't play this opening so much, but how can I play? I saw the queen move you missed. Yes, really good move could be, but you know I missed it. Knight f6, or even I could bring this knight on d7 just to protect d5 and then the knight on f6, because somehow bishop can jump. Okay, I can't take, just I'm pressuring e5 with one piece. Knight d5 actually really great centralized. If you not take, I will take or not. Because the knight should be pressured there on c6. Let's bring the queen, and if he takes, we'll take with a bishop, have this really great diagonal. If I take knight takes or rook takes, doesn't mean bishop d6. I will kick the piece from e5 and create this really great diagonal. a6. What about a6? Let's not let him take the knight because my pawn will be very bad placed there. Let's take and bishop d6 and castle here. Just if he takes, I will take with a pawn and kick the... Okay, not kick because I will take with a bishop. Knight takes, like that. Or even knight takes, I can even take h2-5 because that's with a check. And this piece will be mine anyway. He's using idea that I can't take with the knight, and if he takes the knight, if I castle take the knight, take with the pawn, my queen should be under attack, I will lose a piece there. Now what should I play? a6? I need to get out from this pin somehow. But how can I? Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Yeah, my bishop will be lost. Let's protect that bishop with a king, because I don't think somehow I can't do that. Okay, really great idea, why not? Just my pawns are double. That's probably should be the hardest part in that endgame which we are trying to go. b-file is open. b3. Okay, let's try to bring our rooks on the open files. And let's not bring our king too far from that middle. We need to keep this on the middle. That's called Fischer mistake, because in that World Championship he did this mistake. His bishop was on h7 and that's just can't escape from here. h5 is trying to bring that, like, how can I do that? Bishop h6, h5, rook h8. Or even I could move my king on g7. I believe that should be same thing. But I believe he can also have so much pawns against that. Okay, pawn takes. Well, not a very much problem. Bishop e2 and f3. Well, I don't think he will protect very nice from him. He's up 2 pawns. What if I sacrifice? I don't know, because e6 is under attack, I would like to go like that. Here and d5, because, you know, bishop c4 coming. Okay, now I can't, my rook was under attack. I would like to open this diagonal for my bishop, but his bishop is blocking there. e5 is coming, bishop h3. Okay, let's bring our king not safety, attacking position there. Mouse p back is better. What is that? I believe b7 is the only move that I can play, but rook b8? Can it actually trap my bishop there or not? Or no, rook b8, rook g7, I will protect like that. He was even trying to take that. Maybe what is better? Yes, for sure he's up 3 pawns. But actually, if I can trick and do something on his king side, should be great. Just I'm not sure, can I or not. We haven't even incremented this. Let's try to take c2. Okay, if I was hang. Why am hanging so much pawns? For no reason. F3 is hang because for pin. And how can I make advantage here? This pawn is really good defended. Can I trick him or... Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, that's endgame skills. Probably he blundered and... That should be even drawn position if I play a little bit careful, but you know, time pressure. That's the hardest part. Okay, how could I sack the rook? Is it draw? Yes, this is draw. Very cool game there was. You see I drawn that. Okay, let's end this stream. Thank you for coming. And follow my channel to see my another streams. I'm doing streams every day. And goodbye everyone. Have a good day.